Hello and welcome. Have you ever imagined that a tree growing along sidewalks, in backyards, or on rural properties could contain natural compounds that have captured the attention of scientists? Believe it or not, that tree exists, and chances are you've walked right past it without giving it a second thought. We're talking about the cow's foot tree, scientifically known as Bauhinia forficata. For decades, it has been a well-known plant in traditional Brazilian herbal medicine, where its leaves have been brewed into tea by people looking for a natural way to support healthy blood sugar levels. But does it really work? Or is it simply another popular folk remedy? The truth lies somewhere in between. In recent years, researchers have taken a closer look at this remarkable plant and discovered that its leaves contain naturally occurring compounds that may play a role in glucose metabolism. This doesn't mean the plant can cure diabetes or replace prescribed medications, but it does help explain why it continues to attract scientific interest. And there's one important detail that very few people know. Many people prepare this tea the wrong way and may unintentionally reduce some of its most valuable natural compounds. Later in this video, I'll show you what that common mistake is and how to prepare the tea correctly so you can preserve more of its beneficial properties. So stay with me until the end, because you'll not only learn how the cow's foot tree may work inside the body, but you'll also discover its most studied potential benefits, who should be cautious about using it, and why the preparation method makes such a big difference. If you enjoy learning about health, nutrition, and natural wellness, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we share evidence-based information designed to help you make informed decisions about your health. Now, let's begin by understanding why this humble plant has recently caught the attention of researchers. What is the cow's foot tree? The cow's foot tree, or Bauhinia forficata, is a tree native to South America and commonly found throughout Brazil. Its unusual name comes from the shape of its leaves, which resemble the footprint of cow. For many years, it was appreciated mainly as an ornamental tree or as part of traditional herbal medicine. In many regions of Brazil, people brewed its leaves into tea because they believed it could help support healthy blood sugar levels and promote kidney health. For generations, that knowledge remained part of traditional folk medicine. Eventually, scientists decided to investigate whether there was any biological explanation behind the plant's long-standing reputation. When researchers analyzed the leaves, they identified several naturally occurring compounds, including flavonoids, tannins, and antioxidant substances. Among them, one particular flavonoid called kaempferotin attracted special attention because of its potential role in glucose metabolism. These discoveries sparked renewed scientific interest in the plant. Rather than relying solely on traditional knowledge, researchers began exploring how these natural compounds might interact with the body's metabolic processes. And that's when the first promising findings started to emerge. To understand those findings, we first need to look at what happens inside your body after you eat a meal. How the cow's foot tree may help support healthy blood sugar levels. Whenever we eat carbohydrate-rich foods like bread, rice, pasta, or potatoes, our digestive system breaks those carbohydrates down into glucose. Glucose is the body's primary source of energy, supplying fuel for every cell. The problem begins when glucose enters the bloodstream too quickly. When that happens, blood sugar levels rise sharply, creating what's known as a blood sugar spike. The more often these spikes occur, the harder your body has to work to keep blood sugar within a healthy range. This is where the cow's foot tree becomes particularly interesting. Experimental research suggests that some of the natural compounds found in its leaves may help slow the absorption of glucose. Instead of sugar rushing rapidly into the bloodstream, it may enter more gradually. Think of it like a water faucet. When it's fully open, water pours out all at once. But when you open it slowly, the flow becomes much smoother and easier to control. Blood sugar works in a very similar way. By promoting a slower, steadier absorption of glucose, the body may be better able to manage the sugar released after a meal. This is one of the main reasons researchers have continued studying this plant for so many years. But slowing the entry of glucose into the bloodstream is only part of the story. Once sugar is circulating through your blood, it still has to enter your cells, where it can be converted into energy. And there's one hormone that's essential for making that happen. It's called insulin. The problem is that for many people, insulin doesn't work as efficiently as it should. And that's exactly what we'll explore in the next part of this video. How the cow's foot tree may help support insulin function. To understand the next potential benefit, imagine that glucose is like a visitor trying to enter a house. The house represents your body cells, and the door can only be opened by one key: insulin. When insulin is working properly, glucose enters the cells, where it's converted into energy that powers your muscles, brain, and every other tissue in your body. The problem begins when that key no longer works as efficiently as it should. This condition is known as insulin resistance, and it's one of the leading factors associated with the development of type 2 diabetes. When insulin resistance develops, glucose has a harder time entering the cells. As a result, sugar remains in the bloodstream longer than it should. To compensate, the pancreas produces more and more insulin in an attempt to keep blood sugar under control. Over time, however, this extra effort may no longer be enough. That's when blood sugar levels can begin to rise on a more consistent basis. Experimental research suggests that certain natural compounds found in the leaves of the cow's foot tree may help support a healthier response to insulin. In other words, these compounds appear to help the body cells make more efficient use of the glucose that's already available. This doesn't mean the plant can replace diabetes medications or reverse insulin resistance. However, it does help explain why researchers continue to study it as a potential complementary tool within a healthy lifestyle. But there's another important piece of the puzzle. Keeping blood sugar under control is only one part of the story. Persistently high glucose levels can also cause gradual, silent damage throughout the body, even before noticeable symptoms appear. The benefit most people don't know about. When people think about diabetes, they usually focus on high blood sugar. But the greatest concern isn't just elevated glucose itself. It's the long-term damage that excess sugar can cause throughout the body. Think of your blood vessels as an intricate network of tiny pipes. When blood sugar remains elevated for years, these delicate vessels become more vulnerable to damage. The same is true for nerves, the eyes, and the kidneys, all of which can be affected over time. Much of this damage is linked to an increase in free radicals, unstable molecules that, when produced in excess, accelerate wear and tear inside the body's cells. You can think of it as a form of premature aging happening from the inside out. This is where the antioxidant compounds found in the cow's foot tree become especially interesting. The flavonoids naturally present in its leaves have been studied for their ability to help neutralize some of these free radicals, reducing what's known as oxidative stress. Laboratory studies also suggest that these compounds may help regulate inflammatory processes associated with chronically elevated blood sugar. In practical terms, this means the plant's potential benefits may extend beyond supporting healthy blood sugar levels. Its natural compounds may also help protect cells from some of the long-term damage linked to diabetes. Of course, this doesn't eliminate the risks associated with the disease or replace proper medical treatment. However, it does suggest that the cow's foot tree may work through multiple biological pathways, which helps explain why it continues to attract scientific interest. And when we talk about long-term complications from high blood sugar, there's one organ that deserves special attention: the kidneys. Supporting kidney health. Your kidneys work around the clock, filtering your blood and removing waste product your body no longer needs. When blood sugar remains elevated for many years, that job becomes much more difficult. That's one of the reasons people with poorly controlled diabetes have a greater risk of developing kidney disease over time. Traditionally, the cow's foot tree has also been valued for its natural diuretic properties, meaning it may help stimulate urine production and support the elimination of excess fluids from body. This effect may help reduce fluid retention in some individuals and is one of the reasons the plant has been used in traditional herbal medicine for generations. Researchers are also investigating whether its antioxidant compounds may help protect kidney cells from some of the harmful effects associated with prolonged exposure to high blood sugar. Although these findings still need to be confirmed through larger human clinical studies, they provide another reason why this traditional medicinal plant continues to be the subject of scientific research. So far, we've seen that the cow's foot tree may support health in several different ways, from helping the body manage blood sugar and supporting insulin function to providing antioxidant protection and promoting kidney health. But there's one simple mistake that could reduce many of these potential benefits. Many people carefully select high-quality leaves and faithfully prepare the tea every day. Yet without realizing it, they make one common preparation mistake that may reduce some of the plant's most valuable natural compounds. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss next. The common mistake most people make when preparing the tea. Now that you know why the cow's foot tree has attracted so much scientific attention, it's time to talk about a detail that can make a bigger difference than most people realize. Many people believe that the longer you boil a medicinal plant, the stronger and more effective the tea becomes. But when it comes to the cow's foot tree, that assumption may actually work against you. Some of the plant's naturally occurring compounds are sensitive to excessive heat. If the leaves are boiled for too long, part of these beneficial substances may begin to break down, reducing the overall quality of the infusion. In other words, trying to make the tea stronger may actually produce the opposite result. That's why preparing the tea correctly is even more important than boiling it for an extended period. And fortunately, the proper method is surprisingly simple. The recommended preparation method is infusion. First, heat about 17 ounces, 500 milliliters of water until it just begins to boil. As soon as you see the first bubbles forming, remove the water from the heat. Only then should you add 4 to 6 dried cow's foot tree leaves. Cover the container and allow the leaves to steep for about 10 minutes. After that, simply strain the tea and it's ready to drink. This preparation method allows the hot water to gently extract the plant's natural compounds without exposing them to prolonged high heat, which may help preserve more of their beneficial properties. If possible, drink the tea shortly after it's prepared. Like many herbal infusions, it tends to lose some of its natural characteristics when stored for long periods. As for the best time to drink it, many people prefer having the tea before their main meals. However, there's no single rule that applies to everyone. The most important thing is to enjoy it in moderation as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. In general, 1 to 2 cups per day is the amount most commonly used. Drinking more doesn't necessarily mean you'll experience greater benefits. Before adding any medicinal herb to your daily routine, though, there's one important topic we need to discuss. Who should be cautious? Although the cow's foot tree has been used in traditional herbal medicine for generations, it isn't appropriate for everyone. The first thing to remember is that this tea is not a substitute for prescribed medications. If you're receiving treatment for diabetes, continue following your healthcare provider's recommendations and never stop taking your medication on your own. It's also important to be aware of possible interactions with medications used to manage blood sugar, blood pressure, or fluid balance. If you're taking any of these medications, talk with your doctor or pharmacist before drinking cow's foot tree tea on a regular basis. Pregnant women, women who are breastfeeding, and individuals living with chronic medical conditions should also seek professional medical advice before using this or any other medicinal herb. Taking these simple precautions can make all the difference in using herbal remedies safely and responsibly. Throughout this video, we've learned that the cow's foot tree is much more than just a plant with a long history in traditional medicine. Modern research continues to investigate its naturally occurring compounds, helping scientists better understand why this plant remains a topic of growing interest in the field of metabolic health. Today, you discovered that it may help support healthy blood sugar levels after meals, promote a healthier response to insulin, and contribute to reducing oxidative stress and inflammation. We also explored its traditional use as a natural diuretic and why researchers continue to study its potential role in supporting kidney health. But perhaps the most important takeaway from this video is something even bigger. No single plant, food, or supplement can work miracles on its own. The best long-term health results come from combining nutritious eating habits, regular physical activity, quality sleep, routine medical care, and healthy lifestyle choices practiced consistently over time. The cow's foot tree may serve as a valuable complementary tool within that broader approach, provided it's used responsibly and never as a replacement for professional medical treatment. If you know someone who might find this information helpful, share this video with them. Reliable, evidence-based information empowers people to make informed decisions about their health. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Every week, we publish easy-to-understand, evidence-based videos about nutrition, medicinal plants, healthy living, and disease prevention, always presented in a clear, balanced, and responsible way. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Take good care of your health, take care of the people you love, and I'll see you in the next video.